Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Maeve and tonight I'm so excited. Normally I record during the day or in the mornings, but I didn't want to wait until tomorrow because I just got my copy of The Sims 2 Double Deluxe and I spent most of my day today trying to get it to install and then reading the manual. I was able to get it to open just fine, but I've heard there are some instances where it might crash. So that's the only thing that kind of remains to be seen, but I was able to successfully install it and I was able to open the game. I got to the neighborhood view and I was like, no, I have to stop and record this. So that's what we're doing now. Before we get into that, I do want to say that I'm putting some information in the description box below this video, which is going to help you if you're trying to install The Sims 2 on a Windows 10 machine, because there was a little trick that I had to go in and take care of before I could even run the install wizard, and I had to do some research on that. And I also just want to remind you all that if you're shopping for these old Sims titles like The Sims 1, The Sims 2, or The Sims Medieval, make sure that you're buying them from a reputable source, because some of these sellers are scamming you. Like if you see listings on eBay for like an origin version of The Sims 2, that's not legit. They're scamming you. They stole someone's account and they are trying to sell that account to you, and you may not even get one. And if Origin finds out that you've bought a stolen account, they're going to deactivate it, and you don't want that. No one wants that. Anyway, I'm really excited. Sims 2, let's get into the game right now. Alright, so here we are. I'm just gonna go ahead and start us off in Pleasant View, and let's just even see if this neighborhood is going to load, because I have no idea. I'm so excited, it's working! I'm so excited. I love this neighborhood view. I am noticing some like flickering with some of these graphics. Oh yeah, they had an attraction system. Influence points, I don't remember that. Wait, why is Cassandra getting married? She's marrying Don Lothario? Okay, hold up. Wait. It's been so long since I played The Sims 2. I remember there being some kind of drama with the Calientes and Don Lothario, and like Bella going missing, and a lot of people think that Bella cheated on Mortimer with Dawn, and like now I'm seeing that like Dawn and Cassandra are gonna get married, and that's giving me, first of all, really strong ick vibes, because like he's dating a woman and then also dating that woman's daughter, and like how old is he? But also I'm just so confused about what's going on in this timeline, y'all. I don't know if I want her to marry him. Does she have to, or she wants to marry him and have a baby? Okay, so one of the things that I've really always appreciated about The Sims 2, and I think everyone agrees with me on, is the wants and fears system. And I don't know why we don't have this in The Sims 4. Part of the reason that I've been exploring older versions of The Sims is because I'm kind of thinking about what I want for The Sims 5, and you know, just what I'm hoping for The Sims 5. And one of the things that I just can't believe we still don't have yet in The Sims 4 after all these expansion packs and updates is a wants and fears system, because as someone who's always really loved storytelling, you can't tell a story without conflict, and you can't have conflict unless your characters are afraid of something. So that's why, you know, all of our storytelling in The Sims is just kind of devolved into stories about teen pregnancies and cheating spouses, and it's just so boring. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this whole wants and fears system. I think it's going to be really great, and I hope that we'll get to see it again in a future version of The Sims. So I'm really excited about this. I'm already planning to get the so I got Double Deluxe. The Sims 2 Double Deluxe comes with the Nightlife expansion pack, which is like your downtown and vampires, and a celebration stuff pack, which mostly looks like it's for weddings. But maybe it's like for birthday parties and stuff too. But anyway, the next like bundled expansion that I need to get is like a University Life Collection, I think is what it's called. So I'm gonna go ahead and order that pretty soon. I'm gonna collect all of the Sims 2 content, but y'all, it's expensive. Like I'm buying this stuff used, and it's gonna be like $40 a bundle, and it's gonna take me a while to get all these expansions, but I think I want to go ahead and play this game off screen and then just like check in with y'all every once in a while. Every time I install new content, I think I'm going to go ahead and want to make another video. But let me know in the comments if you want to see like some gameplay here. I really need to like get on these settings and this flickering, and these graphics are just looking so weird, aren't they? I guess I only have the one screen size. I wonder why I can't change the smooth edges. Oh, square pixels. Maybe that's the problem I'm having. Okay. So yeah, this is looking a little bit better. I'm still getting a lot of flickering. Look at these jagged edges here. So yeah, I'm gonna play around with this tonight and see if I can get it to look any better. All right, it's been a few days. I finally figured it out. I'll link everything in the description below, but basically I just had to do some graphics fixes. There's a lot of different ways that you can go about this. I'll link the tutorial that I followed in the description below, along with, like I said, when I first was trying to install the game, I had some issues where I was blocked from installing the program, and it said to talk to the administrator, but I am the administrator. So I had to go into my user account controls and just tweak something real quick. Make sure you change it back after you're done doing that, by the way. But so I had to do that, and then I had some graphics issues in my game. So then I followed the tutorial, which I will also link to in the description below. Mostly the time that it took for me to do this was research. I spent several hours looking into different solutions to this and which one I wanted to try using, but ultimately this was the first one that I tried. It was the simplest. It involved downloading the least number of programs. In the end, it was a pretty quick fix. It only took me about 15 minutes to follow through the tutorial and do everything step by step. So I'll go ahead and link that below. And iced coffee because I literally just woke up and then came up here to start recording. I didn't put on any makeup or like even comb my hair or anything. Anyway, I wanted to hurry up and get into this game and show you what it looks like and talk about it for a little bit. And yeah, let's open up this game. Alright, so as you can see, there is no flickering going on. I'm able to move my camera around and not getting any kind of flickering, so that's awesome. Before we jump into a household, I did want to mention that I accidentally saved my game once while I was testing out the graphics because I had to go into a household and make sure my like the shadows under my rendered sims were functional. So I'm sorry, this music is really distracting me. I'm gonna turn that back on in a second. But what I was saying is that I had to go into a household to make sure that my shadows were working. Like underneath your rendered sims, they have like shadows, but if you don't have the graphics fixes, you're probably just gonna see like a giant black square underneath your sim. And so I had to go into the household to check and see if the shadows were working properly. But when I did that and then I exited the game, I accidentally clicked save, and like that's not a big deal because I didn't actually like do anything in the game, but it had like randomized the wants and fears for that sim and I didn't want that. So I figured out how to reset neighborhoods, and I'll go ahead and post the instructions in the description below for that also, because it's going to come in pretty handy for you. You can't really have multiple saves in The Sims 2. I mean, you can have as many neighborhoods as you want and you can create your own neighborhoods, but like you can't really, like, you know, if I'm playing a game in Pleasant View, I can't start a second game in Pleasant View, but there are instructions to reset each neighborhood. So I will post that in the description below just in case it's going to help any of you. All right, so let's get this music back on. Sims 2 music was something else, wasn't it? I don't even know how to describe this because like Sims 1 music, it sounds like real music, you know, but like Sims 2 music, it sounds like it belongs in a video game, doesn't it? But it's still fun to listen to, most of it, so I don't know. So what are we doing now? Do I want to explore the different households? We have the Broke household. Brandy Broke and her two sons. Brandy was left to raise two boys alone following her husband's suspicious pool ladder incident. With Dustin acting out, can Brandy teach young Beau to make the right choices in life? Then we have the Caliente household. Was it just coincidence that the Caliente sisters arrived on the eve of Bella's disappearance? And is their interest in Mortimer physical or fiscal? Then next door to them we have Lothario. Who is Don Lothario? Is his engagement to Cassandra Goth genuine? And what about the rumor that her mother Bella was last seen scaling the deck of his condo? Very suspicious. Dreamer. Darren is pursuing his dream of being an artist while his son Dirk hits the books, and Darren may have found his muse, but will his creativity be enough to win Cassandra's affection? So I was thinking about this last night, and I kind of want to play as Darren and have him crash Cassandra's wedding just to see if I can. Then we have the Pleasant household? On the surface, Daniel and Mary Sue Pleasant seem to have the perfect life, but is their love a flimsy facade? And can Angela and Lilith make the right choices when it comes to love? And then, of course, the Goth family. Cassandra is ready to start a family of her own, but can she tame the town Casanova? And can Mortimer bounce back after the disappearance of his wife, Bella? And interestingly, I think I remember if you go to, I want to call it Strangerville, it's called Strangetown, but if you go to Strangetown, I think you'll see Bella there. I think I remember that. Oh yeah, the Burbs. We had the Burbs in The Sims 1, and John, Jennifer, and young Lucy have decided to trade the fast-paced city life for some fresh air and hope to make a nice home here in Pleasant View. And then the Oldies. The Oldies are simply one of the nicest families around. Their years together through good and bad have made them into the wonderful parents and grandparents they are today. Anyway, yeah, I want to see if I can crash Cassandra's wedding and prevent her from marrying Don. Darren Dreamer wants to paint for a living, but does he have the skills to pay the bills? Those past due statements are starting to pile up. I remember I came in here last night after I had fixed the graphics and I was like, is edge smoothing really all the way up? Like, this doesn't look that smooth. Like, look at the backs of the counters, or like especially these lines on the refrigerator, like they look really jagged. And my husband was like, I think that's as smooth as those lines are gonna get. Although if we zoom in, they do look a lot better. Anyway, I think the graphics in this game are looking so great. So I'm gonna see if I can have Darren crash Cassandra's wedding. Is this the same phone that we have in The Sims 1? It looks like the same phone, doesn't it? What? I can't just go over there? So I can only visit community lots? Like, how do I visit my neighbors? Oh yeah, we have a school bus now. Like, there's an actual bus driver in here. How cool is that? And you can actually like look inside the school bus. And I wonder, can we still see our sim in here, or is he just like, okay, so I guess he like goes into the school bus and then he disappears, which makes sense. I guess they're not really intending for you to like, you know, have gameplay inside the school bus. But still, I think that's really cool. So you can't just like go to a Sim's house? That's weird. Isn't it weird? It's just 2 doors down from my house. Why can't I go there? All right, I guess I can't crash the wedding. That's disappointing. Oh well. I love how like they have actual like relationships with other Sims already, and there's memories in here somewhere. Interests, memories. So yeah, here we have all of Darren's memories. We're like all the way back to his childhood when he's potty trained and learned how to walk, and he grew up and he met Darlene, who was his wife before I guess she passed away, and so he and Darlene fell in love, but then she died. This is interesting. So like he aged up after she died. Oh, Delilah. And then who's Davis? Oh, Delilah was his mom. Okay, and Davis was his dad. Okay, that makes more sense. So Darlene was like his first love. And so he got a job, he got engaged, he got promoted a couple of times, he got married, and then his dad died. And then he got demoted, probably because he was so upset from his dad dying. And so he has a memory of woohooing with Darlene, which resulted in Dirk. And then he got promoted again, probably because he was happy from having a child. And then he taught Dirk how to talk and use the potty, and Dirk grew up well. Dirk got an A+, and then Darlene died. Okay, so Dirk was a child when his mother died, and then his grades went down, and Darren quit his job, and Dirk grew up badly because he was upset about his mother dying, and then Darren fell in love with Cassandra. Interesting. Oh yeah, we have an attraction system in The Sims 2. These are the things that The Sims 4 needs, y'all. The Sims 4 needs this attraction system, and it would be really cool if they could have more than one turn off and more than two turn ons. Like give us like 3 to 5 of each. I think that would be really cool. I know you can download mods to like get this attraction system, like I understand that, but I just think it would be better if it was just built into the game, you know? Same thing for the memory system, the interests. I mean, we kind of have that now with likes and dislikes. Like I feel like we're getting there, but like, you know, we had interests in The Sims 1 and The Sims 2, and honestly, you know, I've played The Sims 3 more than any other Sims game. But I don't remember much of it because it's been a few years. Well, no, it's been a year or so. So I don't know. But, you know, in The Sims 1 and The Sims 2, we had interests. And then in The Sims 4, we just don't have them. And, you know, memories, I think we have them in The Sims 3. The memory system in The Sims 2 is definitely the best. And in The Sims 4, we just don't have it. You know, attraction system in The Sims 4, we just don't have it. I will say that, you know, personality, I think The Sims 3 does the best. But anyway, the other big thing that I wish we had in The Sims 4 that has just been severely lacking, and in The Sims 3 also is just severely lacking this, the wants and fears. So in The Sims 1, we didn't have wants or fears. We literally just had their needs. We didn't have aspirations or any of that. Sims 1 was a strategy game. So the main challenge of The Sims 1 was just to keep their needs fulfilled and maybe find a mate for your sim to live with and fall in love with or whatever. There wasn't even really like marriage in The Sims 1. Like you could have a wedding, but marriage wasn't like a state of being. Like you didn't like really have a husband or wife or spouse in The Sims 1. It was just like an activity that you could do. So in The Sims 2, it's more about storytelling, whereas The Sims 1 was really just a strategy game to keep their needs fulfilled and, you know, get them to the top of their career. And, you know, then if you have some expansion packs, then, you know, you can have pets or you can go to Magic Town or Studio Town or like whatever. But there wasn't much like storytelling to The Sims 1. You had to get really creative to make it look like there was a story playing out. And people did, like, you know, like a community formed around The Sims where people would take screenshots from their game and they would like put together these little stories, even if they were completely staged. People really loved using The Sims to tell stories. And so the developers saw that and they decided to make The Sims 2 more of a storytelling kind of game. And so that's where we're at now. And one of the biggest things that made this successful in The Sims 2 was this wants and fears system. And so for the first time ever, your Sims had like actual wants and fears, you know? And then in The Sims 3, they kind of changed this. So like in The Sims 2, your Sim has an aspiration, which is, you know, you can see it here. Darren is a knowledge aspiration sim. And in The Sims 2, there's not very many aspirations to choose from. I think there were only like maybe 6 or 7 of them, and that's it. But then your wants and your fears were kind of determined based on your Sim's memories and their relationships and, of course, their aspiration. But your Sim would only have one aspiration for their entire lifetime. When you get to The Sims 3, I think you could choose another aspiration afterwards. I could be mistaken. I know that's the way it is in The Sims 4, but in The Sims 2, you can only have one for their entire lifetime. And in The Sims 3, they took out the fears. And then in The Sims 4, they also don't have fears. And then like wants, when we got to The Sims 3, wants ended up becoming whims. Or no, were they called whims? Maybe they weren't. They're called whims in The Sims 4. And actually when you load The Sims 4, whims are automatically disabled. So you have to go to your settings to turn them on in the first place. And then on top of that, I actually like read somewhere, or maybe I heard it in like a YouTube video somewhere, but like actually whims, they used to update whims every time they released new packs. So like when they release a pack, then they would come out with new whims based on that pack. And those whims, like after a certain amount of time, they stopped updating the whims. So like with the newer expansion packs, like, you know, Snowy Escape, there's no whims that actually relate to Snowy Escape, but there are going to be whims that relate to like Get to Work, because that was the very first expansion pack, right? So there are Get to Work whims, but there are no Snowy Escape whims. And that's just really unfortunate that The Sims 4 doesn't have any fears. Your Sims can't be afraid of anything happening in their lives. And then even, you know, their wants are very limited and have just stopped being updated for some reason. And that's just really unfortunate. So The Sims 2, I think, is great for having this wants and fears system. This is by far my favorite thing about The Sims 2, because as a storyteller, I can tell you that you can't have a good story if your characters are not afraid of anything. You know, in order to have a source of conflict, you have to have fears for your characters. They need to want things and they need to be afraid of things. And The Sims 4 just doesn't have that. And I keep using the word unfortunate, but it really is. It's so unfortunate that our Sims in The Sims 4, like you can't really tell good stories about them. Like all the stories in The Sims 4 that I ever see are just about like teen pregnancy and like cheating significant others, and you know, that's basically about it. And that's so sad to me, because there's so much that you can do in The Sims 4, and the graphics are so beautiful and the camera is so easy to use. And I need to quit with this rant and just play this game. If I can't crash Cassandra's wedding, I don't know if I really want to play the Dreamer House. Let's go back to the neighborhood. All right. I don't think I want to play any of these households in particular. I know that like the stories of all these households are kind of intertwined here. So another thing about The Sims 2 is that, so like if you're playing The Sims 3 or The Sims 4, you have the option to have like story mode progression in the households that you're not playing. So if you only play one household in The Sims 3 or The Sims 4, you can make it so that other Sims outside of your household, you know, within the neighborhood, they age up, they die, they may even have Sim children. But in The Sims 2, you don't have that option. So if you don't play a household in The Sims 2, those Sims will, they will never age. They won't have any kind of story progression at all, unless like you're interacting with them and like one of them moves into your household or something. But if you're not playing a Sim, that Sim is not going to age. So that makes me think that in The Sims 2, it's intended for you to play all the households like in rotation. And that is like an entire style of gameplay that some people actually do play that way, but it's not real common in The Sims 3 or The Sims 4 for people to play in that manner. But I do believe that in The Sims 2, that was the intention, was for you to play all the households in a neighborhood in rotation. And so that's probably how I'm going to play this game, even though when I was a kid playing this game, I would usually just create my own Sim and move them into a house somewhere and just play them. But actually, I didn't get to play The Sims 2 a whole lot when I was growing up, because The Sims 2 came out when I was in high school and we didn't have a lot of money, so I don't think I got it like right when it came out. I think I got it a little while after, like maybe when it was on sale. And The Sims 2 University, which is one of the first few packs that came out. And again, I didn't have a lot of money, so I had to wait until packs went on sale before I could buy them. But The Sims 2 University actually came out like the summer before I started college. And when I went to college, I stopped playing video games because I was studying, and I had my first job ever when I was in college as an English tutor. And I think I was taking like 15 credit hours plus a part-time job on campus. And, you know, I was meeting people and making new friends. And then my second year of school, I got way too into partying, and then I dropped out. And then I was still partying for a while I was working, and I just didn't play The Sims until The Sims 3 came out, and I ended up giving away all my Sims 1 and Sims 2 games to a friend of mine who was still playing them heavily. So The Sims 2 is actually the Sims game that I have the least amount of experience with, and I'm really stoked to be getting into this right now. Anyway, let me turn this music back on, and so you can add a downtown. That's interesting. So let's check out Strange Town. Truth seekers move to Strange Town, hoping to discover the secrets the town holds. Do aliens live among us? Do missing Sims mysteriously appear here? In this town, nothing is what it seems. An aspiration for knowledge has attracted a diversity of truth seekers to the small community along the road to nowhere. Can they learn to accept their neighbors, or will their differences clash and spell ruin for their town? And are the reports of a Belagoth sighting fact or fiction? In Strange Town, nothing is what it seems. In search of truth and mystery, the three curious brothers, Pascal, Vidkund, and Laszlo, got more than they were expecting. Can they cope with their new roles as cosmic parents? After a fruitful career, Pollination Technician 9 has retired to his favorite planet. But can his son Johnny make friends and fit in? Or is this family just too strange for Strange Town? What experiments are the highly secretive and less than neighborly Loki and Cersei Beaker performing on poor, nervous subject? Will this secrecy affect Cersei's career ambitions? Tank has always lived under the hard thumb of his father, General Buzz Grunt. In this domesticated boot camp, can Tank prove his worth to this demanding dad? Who is buried in Olive Specter's garden? Will the mysterious aging outcast leave her fortune to her niece Ophelia, or, as rumored, to an unnamed heir? AJ has come to Strange Town hoping to find himself. Will he be successful in his new home, or will the odd things that always seem to happen here drive him away? Has there ever been a group of roommates so different from one another, as if living in Strange Town isn't hard enough? Will these girls be able to accept their differences and be friends, or will the tension tear the house apart? So I remember not being like super interested in this neighborhood, and I know part of it was just because it was a desert neighborhood. It wasn't anything special to look at. I'm also noticing this neighborhood seems a little bit smaller than the other one. Interestingly, we have this like UFO crash site here, but like then you can't interact with it at all. And I don't have the Strangerville expansion pack in The Sims 4, but I do wonder if that world, Strangerville, is in any way related to this world, Strange Town. So yeah, that was the other thing, is that I wasn't really ever like interested in any of these stories. I really thought the whole thing with like nervous test subject was really messed up, and I also like wasn't really interested in like the Grunt household because the dad just seems like a jerk. Then I wasn't really into the aliens because I just thought that they looked weird. But then there's like these guys who like got impregnated by aliens or whatever, so I don't know. Anyway, next neighborhood, Veronaville. I think I want to play this neighborhood because this was the neighborhood that was based on Romeo and Juliet, and I thought that was really cool. Or I think that's really cool. I guess I didn't give it a whole lot of thought when I was a kid. The Caps and Monties have been feuding for years, but that hasn't stopped the younger generation from crossing boundaries and falling in love. Will their actions lead to ruin or bring the families together? This is also such a beautiful neighborhood. I'd love to see this neighborhood come back in The Sims 4. And there is hope. See all these like Tudor homes? Does that remind you of Windenburg a little bit? Patrizio Monti never forgot consort Cap's broken promise, but now his grandson Romeo has fallen for the Cap heiress. Will the elders live to see the two families united? Juliet Cap has fallen for Romeo, golden child of the rival Monti clan. Can the Caps set aside their grudge and put Juliet's happiness first? And the summer dreams. Oh, so Midsummer Night's Dream is also featured here. I didn't know anything about Shakespeare when I was a kid. I should have though, because I just said I was in high school when this game came out, so like I definitely should have caught this and I didn't. But anyway, the summer dreams, kindly nature, and zest for life have cast a romantic spell over Veronaville's youth. But will there be any magic left for Puck? Now this seems like a larger neighborhood, but maybe it's just a little more spread out. So we have the Montes over here, the summer dreams, and we've got the Caps over here. And are those like really all? Yeah, there's only 3 families in this neighborhood. Maybe this would be a good one to start playing first, since there's only 3 families. And I could like create a sim to move in here, and look at all these empty houses. But anyway, I could create a sim to move in here, and I would still only have 4 households to like rotate in between. All right, Bianca Monti is happy to be out on her own, but can she find someone to make a family with? I think that's how you say it. Goneri's husband Albany wanted a big family and he got it. Will their offspring carry on the Cap traditions or smash the establishment to smithereens? Reagan and her husband Cornwall are preoccupied with their careers, but Bianca Monti's affections for Reagan's brother Kent have the household on alert. Will Kent have the courage to break the vendetta? And recently widowed Antonio must either give up his job at the family restaurant and use his savings to raise his twins Beatrice and Benedict, or hire help and keep the job he loves. What will be his role in the family feud that may have cost him his wife? Interesting. Enter family name Rosenthal. I'm gonna add a sim here. Oof, why? What's going on with this lighting? Let's name her Greta. I have a friend named Greta. I don't think she watches my channel though. And can we like zoom out or like move the camera at all so we can like just randomize? She's so washed out. Oh, I liked that last one. I like her nose. I like her face. I want to change her hair though. Isn't that Brandy Brooke's hair, but like in blonde? The outfit is hideous. This is very like early 2000s raver, isn't it? Can we make her, yeah, a little darker? That's kind of cute. Oh, I always hated this one because like, why is her forehead like so high? Actually, a lot of these hairstyles are like that, and I kind of remember like not really loving most of the hairstyles. I do remember liking this one. What about the Bantu knots? I feel like if I give her that, I kind of want to make her skin the darkest tone. This lighting is so weird. I'm just glad it's not like that, like in the game. I don't really want to change her face too much. Actually, I'm not sure I want to change her face at all. I wish I could zoom out so I could see it better. Her ears look a little small. Should I make her ears a little bigger? I'm so bad at ears, y'all. Like, I don't know what size they should be. I always end up making them too big. So maybe I'll leave them alone. I don't think she needs any of these other eye colors. I might just rotate her eyes a little bit. Like that. And then make them a little more like cat shaped. I love cat eyes. Yeah, I don't really want to change anything about her nose. That's actually what I liked about her when I was randomizing. I like her lip shape. I think it looks good. Her jawline, I think, looks fine. I guess Sims and The Sims 2 don't have eyelashes, do they? So this is blush. Oof. Oh, these are like way too bright for her. All of them, like even the darkest one. I guess that one is fine. I don't want to put glasses on her for the same reason that I hate wearing glasses, because they just hide your face. Oh, eyebrows, good, because I wanted to give her thicker eyebrows. Which, actually, can we? Yeah, we can like do that. I don't know if they need to be that thick, because I want them to have like a taper, you know? I think she's looking good. And now we can change her outfit. I always liked this one because of the tattoos, but then if we ever change her outfit, then like, you know, if she changes to like this, then her tattoos will just be gone. Ooh, this is cute. She's not really looking like a Greta Rosenthal anymore. I'm gonna have to change her name. All right, for formal, yeah, let's go with that. And for sleeping, oh no, this is underwear. That's interesting. I don't remember that being a thing. And here's for sleeping. And for swimming and athletic. Okay, now the fun part. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 aspirations to choose from. Do I want popularity, fortune, knowledge, romance, family, or pleasure? I think knowledge. Either that or popularity, so I can like get to know all the other Sims, or family, so that I could, but I always do family Sims because I'm always doing legacy challenges. I think I'm gonna go with knowledge. No, popularity. Yes, and then you can assign your personality points just the same as you did in The Sims 1. I want her to be more neat. I don't want her to be grouchy. Man, I wish we had more points to spend, because, you know, I want her to be neat and I want her to be outgoing because she's a popularity sim, and I want her to not be lazy, and I want her to be playful and nice also. Like, how is she going to be a popularity aspiration if she's not even outgoing? I don't want her to be grouchy. I wish there was like a randomizer here. I've always struggled with this. Maybe this, because she'll be neat and playful, but then she's going to be lazy. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with this, which makes her a Capricorn. And turn-offs and turn-ons. So what is she into? Maybe she likes facial hair. She likes some beardy black hair. And what does she not like? She doesn't like stink. Who does? But I don't think her name should be Greta anymore. I think it could be Annette. Okay, so I can accept her. So what do I want to change her last name to? Annette Jameson? Annette Jameson? Yeah, let's go with that. Annette Jameson. And we're going to accept this here. And I'm actually going to leave her in my household bin. And I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to go play this game off screen for a while, and I'll check in with y'all again sometime with how this game is going. All right, so that's it for today. I hope you had a good time with me here looking at The Sims 2, and I hope you'll join me again sometime for some more Sims 2 gameplay. Thank you so much for tuning in with me and spending your valuable time with me here on this channel. Don't forget to hit the like button if you liked what you saw today, and leave me a comment. I really love engaging with y'all in the comments, as I always tell you. It just makes my day every time I see a new comment on my channel. I have to go and get the rest of my day started, but I hope that until next time you will be kind to yourself and be kind to others, and always remember to stay hydrated, and I'll see you next time. Bye.